Hey guys, it's Ryan with My Listing Club. In this video, we're going to walk through the new MyListing 2.9 update that was just released on May 5th, 2022. Aside from looking at, there's one little thing that I looked at as far as what's listed on the changelog. Aside from that, like spending 5 minutes on it, actually I think it was for the YouTube shorts, I kind of looked at that, but which we'll get into. I have not looked at any of this stuff. I just haven't had time. It's such a new release. I've got a couple clients asking me to do a run through video of this release, so I thought it made sense. I think it's a good idea just for me to probably do this for every release that comes out. This is completely unrehearsed. There might be something that I have no idea what they're talking about, or I might fumble around trying to find it. But this will be these will be like real world situations where someone's fumbling along to understand what these updates are. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. Here I am on the My Listing Tutorials website for the club, and I've updated the theme to 2.9. And let's just go ahead and run through this top to bottom. Very first one is feature. Open Now filter for advanced form is now available. You can add the filter by editing the listing type, search form, advanced form. Okay, so they are saying if we go to listing types, let's go ahead and add one here. Let's see, what is it? We'll call this one just business, since they're talking about work hours. Okay. We'll go ahead and leave that there. And they're saying to go to search forms, advanced forms. Okay. And let's see, open now. So this is probably what they're talking about. Open now filter. Okay. So that's pretty straightforward. I'll go ahead and drop that in there. Let's publish this. Let's add the field. So we probably need the work hours field. So there, let's add that. Okay, now let's go ahead and add a listing here. Business demo. I'm gonna go ahead and publish this because I'm gonna jump over here to my SEO. I'm gonna since this is just a tutorial site, I'm gonna disable some plugins for now. Okay, sorry about that. Thanks for bearing with me on that. Okay, so I've got the business demo listing. I've got the work hours field. Let's just go ahead and say we are open all day, 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 and we are closed on Saturdays and Sundays. I'm gonna go ahead and put in my time zone here. Let's see, New York. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to publish this. Oh, let's see. Let's go ahead and publish that. And then I'm going to create another listing. Business Demo 2. And for this one, I'm going to say that I'm closed Monday. And then everything else will be the same as that other listing. So let's remember that. So our only difference here is Monday. All right, let's go to our Explore page. And we don't see any listings there, so we're going to get a crash course on how to set up an Explore page really quick. So we edit our Explore page with Elementor, and then we need to add our listing type, which is business, just like that. Let's refresh our page again. Okay, so we now have an open now filter. And let's see, it is Friday, obviously. So where the default filter is also, that's going to show every business there based on that filter. Open now. Cool. So it's just all are open now. So let's go back to our listing here. Let's say for demo 2 that we are closed today. Let's refresh our Explore page. When we do this, demo 2 here should drop off. There we go. So that works. That's really cool. Cool feature. I could see how that's super helpful. Okay, let's keep this train going. Another new feature, multiple locations per listing are now supported. You can enable the options by editing the listing type fields. So let's go back to our listing type. Fields, we're going to add a location. Let's edit that location, see if anything looks different in here. Yeah, max number of locations allowed. That's new. That's cool. That's cool. All right, so let's go ahead and say 2. And what else does this say? You can enable the options. Da, 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 da. Okay, max number of locations allowed. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's edit our listing for demo 2. Add a location. I don't have the map set up. It doesn't matter. We see here that we've got another button to add another location, and then it stops. So you can pick 2. Let's go back to our listing type, edit the location field. Let's set it to 4. And we'll edit our listing again. So 2, 3, and 4. Cool, and it stops there. So that's cool. So interesting. So it doesn't save unless you put a valid address in there. That's cool. Yeah, that is. Let's go back here and see. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think here if there's anything else we need to cover on there. It's pretty self-explanatory. I was just thinking like on the fly, it'd be cool as an upsell opportunity if there was another location, custom location field. So that's what I was looking for here. Okay. That's really cool though. That's definitely a selling point. Okay, let's move on. Optimization up to 50% less CSS and JS loaded. Yeah, I mean, we got to take their word for it on that, unless you want to be like super nerd out and do a test. Wouldn't be that hard to do, but let's just move on. We'll take their word for it on that. At least as far as this video goes. I might check into it a little bit more, but tweak. Restaurant menu is now renamed to general repeater and includes the following fields: title, price, URL, button label, image, and description. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at that. So that is here, general repeater. They did leave the restaurant menu, it looks like. Let's see here. Interesting. That might be a bug. So let's click on restaurant menu there. So that. We'll see what the difference is. General repeater and restaurant menu. Let's go ahead and update that. And let's edit our listing. All right, so let's first look at the restaurant menu. Yeah, I think that might be a bug because these look identical. So they said restaurant menu is now renamed to general repeater. So I think they forgot to remove the restaurant one. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's new. You can do more features here. So let's just go ahead and remove the restaurant restaurant one for now. No, we'll leave it in there for, okay, so we'll say, we'll call it label. Let's do a price, $40, a button label, call this button label, URL, this is a great description, and you can add an image. Okay, let's go ahead and add another one. Label 2, this one's going to be $80. Button label 2. This is also a great description. All right, let's go ahead and publish this and see how this looks. I don't know why that, actually I do, so that header is purple, that's fun. Oh, yep, so we have to edit our listing type and we need to add that block in there. So let's add our profile. That's fine for this video. General repeater, so let's add the general repeater block. We're going to select our field that we set up, which is the general repeater field. 2 columns, So they've got some settings here for mobile responsiveness. We'll go ahead and leave the defaults for now and update. All right, so there is our general repeater. There's our label. So if we click on that, that takes us to our link. All right, that's pretty cool. So just a little, so what they've added is a bit more information that we can now put in this repeater field. So you could see if you kind of see, like if you wanted to do, we'll call this, we'll just do one single column and we'll call this restaurant menu. We'll just call it menu for now. Add our repeater field in there. Oh, forgot a setting. Okay. There you go. So you can see how you can set up a restaurant menu. That's pretty cool stuff. And again, you can play with the settings as far as how many columns to make this. You can make it look however you want. So we're going to say this is desktop. So let's say desktop, we're going to do, we'll call it 6 columns just for fun. That should definitely shrink these images. Yeah, there you go. So you see how you can set up a menu rather easily. All right, that's cool stuff. Let's go ahead and move on. Feature. Added hide empty option for related listing tabs. You can enable the option. Oh, this is really cool. This is probably one of my favorite ones in this listing. So let's go ahead and add to our listing type the related listings field. There it is. And we will go ahead and leave this as is. We're going to add the related listings tab. Okay, we're just going to update this without setting the new feature. Okay, so if we look at that listing, what we're going to see is a related listings tab. It's going to be there, but it's blank. And then, so let's go back and edit our listing type. And let's toggle this on. There we go. So now it's gone. And let's go ahead and set this up. Where's it at here? So I'm going to go ahead and specify a related listing. I'm going to say that demo 2 is related to demo 1. And we should see that tab come back. And there we go. So before, I used to use a code snippet for this. Do a quick search here. This is one of the reasons I love WP Codebox, doing this search. So I'm going to type in hide. There we go. Hide related listing tabs if empty. So for any of you that have also used this code snippet, that snippet can now be removed. So that's really awesome stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Feature, added the option to choose the taxonomy you want to display on quick view modal. Okay, so let's go to our listing type, preview card, quick view, and here's our taxonomy that we can choose. All right, so that was not there before. Let me see if I can quickly pull up another site. Blueprint. Oh, you can just take my word for it, but that's what it is. So they've added the ability, you can specify your taxonomy that's going to show up. So let's go ahead and do, let's leave it categories and then categories. So let's just leave it at the default. Now let me look at this listing on the Explore page. We have to enable quick view. So I'm going to go back to the listing type. All right, that all looks good. So let me set up my preview card footer here, and let's do, well, that looks like another one there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do, click on actions here, edit the actions. We're gonna say, give us the quick view and the bookmark and the comparison. And save. Okay, so now we see the quick view action at the bottom. We're going to click that. And once we do that, we don't have a category, so that's why it's not showing there. So let's go ahead and add a category field to our listing. And then let's actually set a category. Call it category 1. I'm gonna go back and edit our listing and put that category in there. Refresh our Explore page. There we go. So that's what's showing there. Let's go ahead and flip that over to a different. So we're going to change quick view from categories taxonomy to, let's call it none. Let's just don't do anything. There we go. So that removed it. Let's go back one more time and let's set it to something else. Let's do regions. We can call this whatever you want. We'll go ahead and call it regions. Refresh. We don't have a region specified for this listing, so that's why nothing's showing up. Let's go ahead and do a region. Refresh. Oh, sorry. I got to add that to the listing. My bad. Okay, I gotta go back to our listing type. I forgot to add the region field. So lots of moving parts with MyListing if you haven't figured it out already. Okay, let's add the region to our listing again, or now. Okay, now when we look at the Explorer page, we should see our quick view updated for this particular listing. There we go. Really cool stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Feature, you can now upload custom icons for listing types. All right, so let's jump back to our listing type. We're at the very opening screen for editing a listing type, so edit. We now see that there are options up here. So you've got your icon, and you can now upload a custom image. Cool. So then, I'm not sure if I have this set up yet, and it doesn't look like I do. Let's see, call to action, yep. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the add listing page here. Going to add my listing types in. Refresh our website here. We should have a call to action. I got to go back and edit the theme options again. So we're showing our call to action. We need to choose our page, add listing. Let's update again. There we go. So now we have our add listing call to action in the header menu. I haven't styled it or anything, but we click on that. Don't have any packages in there. Sorry about that. Like I said, it's still a tutorial site that is bare bones. I'm going to go ahead and edit this product. Like I said, we are getting a crash course in setting up my listing from scratch. All right, that looks good. So we got a product called test. Let's go ahead and add that to our listing type. Refresh our add listing page. All right, there's our product. Let's go ahead and click on that so we start adding our listing. Yeah, so I'm brain farting that actually where that would appear. Where does that icon appear? I thought it was on the add listing page. Yeah, like I said, I'm brain farting that. Maybe it's on the let me go ahead and do one more listing type here, and event. Let me go back to my add listing page. Okay, that's where it is. All right, so it's the flipping boxes. I don't really use those. I think that's why I was brain farting those. I usually put a custom page in front of there. So this is where that's coming from. So now if we change, let's add an image to our events listing type. So we're going to add a custom image. Not seeing anything come up there. No image selected. Oh, I know why. That's because I selected an SVG. So I'm going to go ahead and do a ping. There we go. That's my fault. Let's refresh again. There we go. So that's really cool stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. New feature, added ability to embed YouTube Shorts on the video block. This one's, I don't have a YouTube Short URL to use offhand, but basically all this is we add a field, video URL. When I do, let me show you a starter site here. So on this starter site, for example, when you go to add a listing, hold on, sorry, let me go ahead and log in here and I'll show you this. Okay, so here we go. So we find the video URL in here. There we go. Introduction video. So I'm basically educating the user, saying you can upload a video to services like YouTube or Vimeo and paste in the link here. And this is an example of a regular YouTube video. So the YouTube short video is going to have a different URL. So let me show you how I addressed that in the new starter site that's coming up. One second while I log in. Sorry, my password manager is having some issues here. Okay, so there we go. So this is the new starter site that's going to be released any moment now. So down here, I've gone ahead and updated the theme on this site. And basically, I updated my educational verbiage to note this. Regular YouTube videos, and then it gives the link as an example, or YouTube Shorts. And then this is actually what a YouTube Short URL will look like. So I added that in there. Okay. And then the placeholder I put in there is just the basic YouTube video. I think that'll be more common. All right, so that is that. That's the YouTube short. So basically you're just allowing them to put that new format in. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Added switcher to work hours block to keep the block expanded. So let's display the work hours here. So let me edit my listing type. I'm going to add the work hours block. Sorry, let's go to businesses, the business listing type. I'm going to add the work hours block to the profile tab. Expand block. So we now have this toggle here. Let's try it without first. Okay, so there, oh, I see. Okay, so it's closed by default. Okay, and then we're simply saying you can expand by default. So before, again, this was like a code snippet to get this done, so they've eliminated the need for that as well. So that's really nice. Anytime we can get away from these code snippets, it's a great idea. So, oh, cool. That's what that is. And the fact that you can do it per listing type, that's awesome. So, okay, what's next? Add switcher. A tweak. Links can be disabled for term blocks. Okay. That's interesting because I'll tell you why in a second. So, all right, so we have our term block here. or field, that is. So if we look at the actual block, let's add that category block in there. No, actually, I'm not seeing it. Where I thought I would see it. Links can be disabled for the terms block. Maybe it's in the field. Huh, I'm not seeing this one. Yeah, I'm not seeing this. Let's try adding regions. Oh, here we go. What did I do? Oh, okay. So terms, you could still select categories. Okay, so instead of the categories block, you would just add the terms block and then do it that way. Categories, disable links. Yes. So the funny thing about this is on the new starter site, I had done this. I wanted to do before, in the old, this used to be the online directory network site, and I completely rebuilt this from scratch. Totally a different topic, but let me just show you that. I literally did that back in the day because I didn't think it make sense for certain terms to be clickable. All right, so here's that site, and if you go down, see how you can't click that. And if you go into the Explorer page, can't click it there either. You go into the listing. I blocked it on all of these. So I think it's kind of interesting that they added that as a feature. Wonder if what I did here sparked that. I don't know. Maybe I don't have that big of an impact. I don't know. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Fix issue with basic form styling when enabling minification. Okay, so that's just a fix. Another fix for styling on the general repeater. Another fix for right to left horizontal scroll and arrows. Another fix for replace deprecated elementary functions. Okay. Not sure what they mean by that. It'd be nice if we could have a list for what it is they're talking about on this stuff, but oh well. Gallery navigation buttons showing on the preview card when they weren't needed. Yes, I have a client that actually needed this just recently. So let me show you an example here. So let me set the cover image to be gallery. And let's do the preview card. We'll do gallery as well. Gallery. Wait, did they say preview card? So we don't really care about the cover. We just care about the preview card background. So that's now set to gallery. So now if we look at this in the on our Explorer page, let's go ahead and let's add some images to Business Demo 2. First, we have to add the gallery field. Gallery. Okay, so I added the gallery field. So let's go ahead and let's refresh again. So there should be, so what did I do on Business Demo 2? Let's go ahead and add at least one image to this. I'm going to add my logo again. So at this point, we technically have a gallery, but not really. Okay, that's interesting. So Let me read this again. Gallery navigation buttons showing on the preview card when they weren't needed. So my interpretation of this, let me go ahead and see if I have performance turned on here. I don't, so it's not that. Shouldn't be caching, I don't think, of any kind. Maybe it's the type of card. Let's try just like an alternate. Try this one. Yeah, this isn't doing what I expected it to do. These arrows that they're showing here in this preview should show up. Preview card set to gallery. Got a gallery image in there. Yeah, I don't know. This is definitely not working as I expected it to work. Because then if you add a second image in there, let's add another image to our gallery. Let's do the same one. That should trigger the arrows. There, that triggers the arrows. But based on what they're saying with this update, I would think that not having any image, or at least one image, definitely with one image, you should still have those arrows. Yeah, so I'm not understanding that. Something doesn't seem quite right there, but it could be something I'm messing up. All right, guys, I think that is about it. The only other thing I wanted to mention was that they didn't mention it in the original changelog, but if you have the performance, or sorry, not performance, under data updates, so if you go to theme tools, performance, and data updates, you're going to see two new items here: migrate listing location and migrate work hours. I would probably just say run these, regardless. Just run them. It's not going to hurt anything. If anything, it's going to help. Just run those and get it done. Okay. That's it. Thank you all for watching. Let me know if you have any feedback in the Facebook group. If you figure out something that I didn't, that we stumbled on here. And like I'm going to start saying in my videos going forward, I haven't asked for it in the past, but if you could please subscribe to the channel, that helps me keep these videos coming for free. All right. Thanks and have a good one.